Hello and welcome to another episode of In Mint Condition. I'm your host, Jay Stowe. Joining me is my brother and co-host, Mo.
What's going on?
We are glad to be back after a lengthy hiatus. A lot of stuff was going on, but we are back and hopefully we'll be a little bit more consistent. Hopefully we won't have those huge gaps. We've got a lot to cover. We're not going to be able to get through everything today, so we're just going to take it as it comes and we'll deal with the back catalog of stuff. We're gonna have to cover Black Widow, Loki, Bad Batch all at some point, and we will get to that. But today we're just gonna focus on the Suicide Squad, and as we go through and drop some more episodes, we'll cover that stuff. What if we'll probably cover those
Do you want to do those later?
all at the end. Maybe, but depending on the shooting schedule or what episodes pop up and are a little bit more, some will be more interesting than others. And so if we feel the need to cover it in its own episode, we'll do that. But we're gonna try to cover some of the back end stuff that we've missed out on, while also covering the current stuff as we can. There's a lot of content that's been coming out, so we want to make sure we get through it all. We will be doing our comics again as well. Not this week, but as it comes, we will cover it, and we'll set it up. Hopefully next episode we'll be able to cover it. And hopefully next episode will be next week. But like I said, with everything going on, pandemic wise, just job wise, family wise, a lot of weddings and stuff just going on. I did a 48-hour film fest shoot, so there's been a lot going on, and we'll just take it as it goes, and hopefully we get them out to y'all at least 2 a month from here on out, if we can't do every week like we would like to, but that's the name of the game.
We're glad to be back. Glad to be talking with you guys.
No, we're not.
This boy.
We're doing this out of obligation. There is no desire nor joy.
We're not happy to be here. What you say? We said we're very happy. They locked us down here till we get an episode out.
So let's just go ahead and jump into our main topic. This episode might be a little abbreviated, if the Lord says the same, but we'll get you at least a half hour in. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our main topic for this week, which is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. It released August 6th in theaters and on HBO Max. So far, the box office has, to quote the articles, underperformed, but given that we're in a pandemic and the film released for free on HBO Max, I don't think that the box office is indicative of really anything, except for the as a sign of the times. Things are changing. HBO or Warner Brothers has announced that they won't be doing the same day releases on HBO Max next year. They've got to deal with, I think, AMC maybe. Where they'll send all their movies there for like a 3-month run. Not a 3-month, 1-month run, before they go everywhere else. But so we'll see what happens with that. I'm pretty sure we're going to be in another lockdown within the next couple of weeks. So I think everything's going to shut back down. So that plan is going to screw Warner Brothers over. But maybe they'll double back and start releasing stuff. I think Shang-Chi is going to be the good level point for whether or not the same day release to streaming is going to be a continuing trend, because I'm not going to the theater to watch it, but I know a lot of people, well, I think a lot of people will, but I saw a Twitter post about somebody watching the Suicide Squad in a theater, and it was people a couple seats down from them having sex in the seats. So I won't be returning to the theater
God, dog.
They getting down like that. I mean, there's no telling what's in the air after that.
I'm dead. You just sitting there watching a movie here. What is that?
But so it's going to be interesting to see. But so the box office for the Suicide Squad hasn't been great, but I mean it's an R-rated movie released during a pandemic, and it was released on streaming the same day at no additional cost. If you have the HBO Max plan that gets you it for free, then you have it for free. So there wasn't really much of an incentive to get out to the theater to watch it. And yeah, so I don't think this box office really means anything. All right, The Suicide Squad is a sequel. It is a sequel to the 2016 Suicide Squad movie.
By David Ayer.
What many people call the Studio Squad. They're demanding the Ayer cut. But everything that has come out about that movie shows that it is much worse
I was gonna say
than the 16 cut.
The more I heard about what they had, especially about the more scenes with Joker, I was like, I'm glad that this is what
Not
we
even
got.
the Joker stuff. There was a scene where Deadshot and Harley were making out.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
like,
did a scene where when Batman arrests Deadshot, he's like, take a good look at your daughter, because the next time you see her, she's gonna have gray hair. I was like, what the heck? And so it's just, the writing just seems horrible, and that there Killer Croc and Deadshot have a talk, and Killer Croc's like, you took a mission in Gotham where you cut out a guy's heart and sent it to the person who paid for it. That was me. I was like, what is happening here? So yeah, and the initial reports said that when they screened this David Ayer's version and the version that the first cut of the trailer park people, they said the initial screening of Ayer's cut was received much more poorly than the other version. So I mean, if they release it, they'll release it. They'll maybe make a couple of $100,000 on the back end of that, but I don't think it's gonna be anything great. Cause I mean, but people did like the Snyder cut.
I don't know how. I just saw a YouTube video that somebody did. They're like, if the Civil War airport scene was shot by Zack Snyder, they like slowed it down. It was pretty much the whole scene just like in slow motion. And I was crying laughing because I thought about the scene from the Snyder cut of Justice League when the building was falling on Themyscira, which felt like it was like 10 hours. I was like, I'm dead. But yeah,
that building fell 5 times.
Dude, that building fell for a whole hour. They had enough time to get out and rebuild it by the time it fell.
But so who knows what's going to happen with the 16 version, because this one has garnered a lot of critical success, and aside from the Snyder cult purposefully being negative towards it and nitpicking it apart, it's got the fan support. It's viewed as the superior version. A lot of people have said that this is the best DCEU movie so far. I still think Wonder Woman is better, and Shazam is the only one in contention that I would put over it for the number 2 spot.
I was gonna say,
but for right now, Suicide Squad is number 2.
Because for me, the top 3 movies from DC right now, not including the old stuff,
DCEU,
yeah, would be Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman. I know you don't like Aquaman, which I still don't understand because I think it's a good movie, but
it was fine. Solid C-.
What would you put at number 3 then?
What's that? Shazam.
No, Shazam's number 2, bro. You put Suicide Squad over Shazam?
I said for right now, Suicide Squad has the number 2
Oh.
spot, but that is subject to change.
This is crazy. What don't you like about Aquaman?
The pacing was weird. It seemed like it was a couple of different movies smashed together. It just didn't seem properly paced.
That's the fun of it, because he is he's from Earth and Atlantis, or the upper world and Atlantis. His worlds are mashing together, so that's what they tried to do with the movie.
I thought they screwed up with that one, but she straddled him in the middle of a fight. Moving on. Suicide Squad.
Oh, before we get into it, spoilers.
Spoiler warning. We will be spoiling everything. So Suicide Squad is about the Suicide Squad being sent in to Corto Maltese, which is a fictional DC country. And so while they're on the island, we find out that 2 squads have been sent. 1 squad is sent in as a distraction. The other squad is sent in on the real mission, and that is to destroy all evidence of the United States involvement in the Starro project. And that so that's the overall, that's the broad view of the plot. The first squad, like I said, they get sent in their distraction. They all get pretty much wiped out except for Harley and Rick Flag, which I thought was interesting that Waller sent Flag to be part of the squad that wasn't supposed to make it.
She's crazy, that's why.
I would have thought that she would want him around a little bit longer. Maybe she knew that he wouldn't be on board with her plan. But you would have thought that she just wouldn't have sent him on this mission.
Actually, now that you say that does make a lot of sense. That she knew he wouldn't go along with it, so... They killed Captain Boomerang,
They killed Boomer.
Like,
and
come on.
Honestly, I wanted to give the movie 0 stars out of 5 at that point.
It was in like the first, 15 minutes?
If that, maybe 10.
I'm going to say maybe 10 minutes.
He gets horribly, brutally murdered. So hopefully this Flash movie does some time travel stuff and brings my boy back, because Jai Courtney is the highlight.
Dude, he was probably one of... I think Will Smith's Deadshot was my favorite part of the last one, but Jai Courtney's Boomer definitely is it's contesting him, because he did an amazing job, and every time he was on screen, I was laughing, because he was just...
He was perfect. He's fantastic. I don't know what made James Gunn think he had the right or the authority to kill him, but I will not be supporting future projects from James Gunn.
And on top of that,
Guardians 3 is gone. The Christmas special out the window. I want no part of it.
But leading up before Boomerang died, they were showing him and Harley's relationship, which I was
great chemistry between the two of them.
Dude,
it makes me very upset that we won't be able to see them interact a little bit more. But who knows what the Flash movie will do? What aspects of this universe it might erase?
Mm-hmm.
I do think we need a cleansing of this universe.
I was gonna say, hopefully they do a Flashpoint.
We need a deep clean. Wonder Woman can stay. 84's gotta go. Shazam can stay. Freaking Birds of Prey. It's gotta go. And the actors can stay.
I was gonna say the actors can stay.
They screwed up Cassandra Cain. So, and then Boomer can come back too. That Boomer and Flag.
I think that's the whole point of. That's why he goes back in time in the first place.
Flag dies. Oh yeah.
Boomerang dies. So Flash is like, "What's
you
even
guys
the point
don't get
anymore?"
to kill my villain. So I don't know what you thought this was.
Let me hop on the cosmic treadmill real
my
quick.
Villain. If anybody kills him, it's me.
Dog.
And so, yeah, that first squad just got wiped out.
It was ridiculous.
Harley gets taken prisoner, and Flag manages to escape with the help of some rebel fighters on Corto Maltese. We get introduced to the second squad, which is King Shark. Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and Ratcatcher 2.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the main characters that we follow throughout the movie, along with Flag and Harley. But they're a solid squad. I really like Bloodsport. I think he's been the best addition to the universe since Wonder Woman and Harley, probably. He's fantastic, though. Him and Ratcatcher were standouts in this movie. I really enjoyed them. I really liked Rick Flag in this, too, because they give his character a complete makeover from the first movie.
You didn't like him in the first
They actually
movie?
make him an interesting character. Besides him just being an army guy.
No, yeah, this movie definitely was a step up from the last one. I don't know why people don't, or why people think the first one was better than this one.
They don't. They're just saying it. No one believes that the first one is better than
Justin,
this.
there are people who deny that COVID exists. There are people who think that the first Suicide Squad was better.
No. They don't believe that the first Suicide Squad is better. You deny COVID, that's another issue. Your chemical makeup is off. But there's no one, even in mental institutions, that believes the first Suicide Squad was better. They're just saying it.
I don't know, man.
No.
I don't know.
There is no multiverse where the first Suicide Squad is viewed at all by anyone as better than this one.
I mean, it's not overall viewed as better, but there are
you can go to any universe.
They're the people who want the Ayer cut who think
Anytime they don't really believe that. They're just saying that. Because what was their argument? They said that they hated it, and the reason they want the Ayer cut out is because that one was so horrible. So they don't believe it. They're just saying that.
I don't know, man.
They don't believe it.
The reason they want the Ayer cut is because they see potential in the first one.
They want the Ayer cut because they're psychotic.
Because they see potential.
No, because they think, oh, it'd be closer to Zack Snyder's movies. Shut up, you idiots. But where were we?
I don't even remember. I did like Rick Flag though, because we saw him. He was with the resistance fighters.
He's genuinely a good person in this.
I was gonna say they really fleshed him out, like you said, more than just an army guy. He was special forces. He worked with Bloodsport before, and he was funny.
He had a personality.
I was gonna say
he was an actual character.
Mm-hmm.
He actually cared about people. He had thoughts and dreams and aspirations.
And they snuffed him out.
And then he was brutally murdered for no reason.
Gosh.
Which, again, that was where I drew the line. I was like, okay, James Gunn, you killed Boomer. I'm not forgiving you, but I'll let it slide. But you took out Flag.
I don't even know. There was no reason to kill Rick Flag.
There's no reason. He's psychotic. He's sick.
Boycott
Guardians 3.
They're not gonna. The MCU fanboys aren't gonna let you do
They'll
that.
do it.
Justin,
I'll get them on board.
Justin.
I'll get them on
Justin.
board. I'll get them on board.
There are people. Justin.
I'll get them on board.
They say Thanos is better than Darkseid.
I'll get them on board.
Not.
I'll get them on board. I'll make them all watch Suicide Squad. And I'll say, this is the man that you want.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so Rick Flag ends up dying. Peacemaker, we think he's dead. So of all the characters in the movie, let's just go through the survivors.
Boycott Peacemaker's show. How about that?
Yeah. I don't want to watch Peacemaker. I hate him.
So,
I'll
character in the
probably
show.
watch
Let's
that.
go over first team. We'll go team by team. I think that'll be easier.
We'll just go over who survives.
All right, that works too.
Well, I don't know. Let's just go over. All right, fine. Let's go through all of the characters. Team number 1, Weasel. We think he dies first, but they reveal he survived at the end. It was funny. It was a funny little gag, but
kind of pointless.
kill him. I think Waller should have blown his head up after he woke up. That would have been hilarious. But he ends up surviving. Mongal blows up in a helicopter crash.
She killed Captain Boomerang.
She also killed Captain Boomerang.
So we're glad she died.
Javelin gets shot, and he doesn't throw his javelin once. TDK, who is the detachable kid, which is a play on Arm Fall Off Boy from the Legion of Superheroes, he gets his arm shot, and that somehow kills him. Um, what's his
Pete
name?
Davidson's character.
Blackguard.
Yeah.
He gets shot in the face because he was the one that betrayed the squad. It's unclear if this was Waller's doing. Did Waller have any involvement in it? This was her plan. So, did she know? Did she prompt him to do this? Did she make it possible for him to sell them out? We don't really get that answer in this movie. But I assume she had some further involvement.
Yeah.
Michael Rooker is Savant. He is the only person to get his head blown up by Waller.
And Rick Flag and Harley.
And then Rick Flag and Harley. Rick ends up dying in the third act, trying to stop Peacemaker from destroying the files. He wants to. So we'll get there in a little bit. But he ends up dying in the third act.
So that was Team 1.
And then in Team 2, Peacemaker gets shot by Bloodsport after he kills Rick Flag. And we think he's dead, but the other post-credit scene reveals that he somehow survived. And that sets up his spin-off series.
Which doesn't really make sense, but we'll get to that later.
I want him dead. Whatever.
Bloodsport.
Polka Dot Man. Is the only other one who dies. Oh no. The most important member of the entire team.
Milton.
My man Milton.
So
my boy.
I'll be your friend, Milton. My name's not Milton. Yes, it is. We had a talk.
Man. Oh,
the
Milton.
movie had so it was.
Look, Milton was rolling
good,
with them.
Milton was ride or die.
More loyal character ever created.
Ride or die, for real. All Mans had to do was drive the bus. And
Bro.
Once he got there, he was like, you know what? I'm one of these guys.
You're like, we need to blow up this building.
We are here to blow up this building. Let's do it.
We finna handle this. But he got shot, sadly. And he gave his life for people he called friends. But yeah, so everybody, King Shark, Harley, Bloodsport, and Ratcatcher survive. Weasel survives, and he runs off into the jungle of Corto Maltese.
It doesn't make sense because Waller should have known he was alive, but
Peacemaker it was just a funny joke.
It was a funny joke.
I don't think they're going to do anything with the character in the future. I don't think it hurt the movie at all either.
It didn't hurt the movie, but like when you start thinking about it too hard, it's like seeing the way that Waller was acting towards the others at the end. We'll get into that. She definitely would have blown this dude's head off.
His head off instantly. And then, like I said, Peacemaker is found in the rubble, and it's revealed that he survived at the very end of the movie in the last post-credit scene. But so, like I said, we follow the second team throughout the majority of the movie. They go to rescue Rick Flag, who they think is kidnapped by rebels. But the rebels actually, like I said, they saved him, so they just murdered
they went through the whole
half of their forces trying to rescue him, and he wasn't even captured. But they still are able to work with the rebels because the bigger enemy is the insurgency government that has toppled the previous regime. And
I still like, how come my people didn't warn me? We didn't see the people there. There were no people there.
I didn't see anybody out there.
But yeah,
But no, and this movie is hilarious. It has a lot of funny scenes, but it also has some really good emotional scenes. Most of those are based around Ratcatcher and Bloodsport. Like I said earlier, those are the best two additions to the DC universe, the DCEU. Since like Harley and Wonder Woman. But yeah, this movie, it was funny. It had good emotional beats. The action was really good. After they rescue Rick, Harley gets a really good action sequence. There's a good sequence of there's a highway sequence where Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and Rick have to escape from being captured by these soldiers, and they're in a Humvee, and it gets like flipped over, and that was a good highway sequence. But like I said, Harley has a great action sequence, a solo sequence that's focused just on her, and I think this is the best use of Harley Quinn.
They really did good
in the universe. Like the first Suicide Squad is not good, and they don't really utilize her character. Margot Robbie did great with what they gave her.
She is killing the role of Harley Quinn.
Birds of Prey I thought was subpar. I think that really got screwed in the edit more so than anything. But also, the Cassandra Cain stuff I can't look over, because that was horrible. But this is the best. I think this is the best we've seen Harley at in this universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after they go, Harley has her action sequence, and the squad is going to rescue her. But you've seen the trailer. She gets out, and that's when everybody gets together and they go to the facility where Starro is being kept at. They fight through the first level of security, and they start planting bombs, and that's when we get the reveal that Peacemaker's real mission was to destroy the proof that America was involved with Starro. And that's when him and Rick fight each other, and he ends up killing Rick. Horrible movie.
Dude,
I hated that. There are very few deaths in movies where I'm like, this ruins it for me. This was one of them.
This one was bad.
I was pissed off, man.
Cause the way they made it seem like it was like Rick wasn't gonna die, you know? Cause based off the trailers I've watched and everything leading up to the movie, and then the end of that fight scene, I was like, okay, so Rick kills Peacemaker, gets away, and then he just gets stabbed in the heart. And I was like, what the heck?
And I don't. It's not even the subversion that's the problem. It's that they took the best character.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
they had, and then they threw him in the trash.
That's what made it even dumber to me is they made it seem like he was gonna live, and on top of that, he was a really good character. And then they just killed him. I was like, dog. But then he hit that one line Peacemaker, what a joke. I was like, dang.
Yeah, and I know certain deaths are just put in for an emotional heartstring pull. And it's I get why they did it. I understand why. I still don't think it was a great decision. I think it would have been interesting to see Flag and the other squad members that survive, maybe see them on the run from Waller, maybe see something, with them trying to just something more. I feel like there was more that could be done with Flag, and this shouldn't have been the end of his story. It doesn't kill the movie. It's still a great movie, but it did piss me off. That's lot.
What we got Flashpoint for.
And I'm not one that likes to have deaths reversed, especially in comic book movies, but there's something need to get done.
Barry,
something needs to be done to rectify this situation. And then in the last fight, the squad ends up fighting Starro,
which is coming back to why it didn't make sense for Peacemaker to be alive, because when Bloodsport shot him, he was still in the building.
Oh yeah, so Ratcatcher watches Flag get killed by Peacemaker, and so she grabs the hard drive with the proof on it, and she starts running, but Peacemaker catches up to her, and he's about to kill her, and Bloodsport falls in on the situation, and so he shoots Peacemaker in the throat, and him and Ratcatcher take the hard drive. And then Starro busts out of the facility, and he just completely demolishes it. And Peacemaker was in the rubble.
He should have been.
But maybe they'll explain it in his series that we're all boycotting. So I guess we'll never know.
So hit us up in the comments. What's the plot?
No, they're boycotting it too. We are all on one accord with this.
I guess we'll go to Google.
Nobody's watching it.
No, not
This is
watching.
worldwide.
We'll look up the synopsis. See what they say.
They won't know either.
Oh, so you're saying like
Everybody on the planet
That's not gonna happen.
is boycotting this. We're all on the same page here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we all agree on this. But so the final fight with Starro, it is interesting, but you can tell that this villain was not really made for the Suicide Squad. This is a Justice League villain all the way
This is an
through.
Avengers level threat.
But they do end up managing to defeat it, of course. Ratcatcher ends up pulling them through, and she controls her rats, and they enter Starro's eye and then just start eating his brain apart, and that ends up killing him and all the people that he's attached himself to. And they win. They upload the data Waller wanted destroyed into a server, and they're like, if you kill any of us, then then the data's gonna get leaked, and everybody's gonna know what happened. And yeah, Polka Dot Man died fighting Starro. He just got crushed, and it was very predictable. You could see it coming.
I was gonna say. And I think he was probably the only one of the squad. Sheesh, that could have like done anything to Starro.
Yeah, that's why he got killed almost immediately after they started fighting.
Because I was sitting there watching like Bloodsport was like shooting. I was like, just have him like throw polka dots at it and like eat it up. It'll be dead in like a little quick minute.
Right.
But
I am seeing, and so they blackmail Waller into letting them escape. So I don't think they'll be going back to Belle Rev after this. But of course, if they want to do another squad with any of these members, they just say, well, they committed another crime and got arrested again. But Bloodsport did say if any of us gets thrown back into jail, that data is getting leaked. So maybe they'll figure out a way to keep them out of prison. So
they blew up 10 buses. Look, man, there ain't nothing I can do about it. You gotta let them
go. Waller, let them go.
Let them go.
Hey, let them go. Waller, this is too. Let them go.
Arrest him. Go ahead.
Let them go. My life is on the line.
My livelihood.
I just don't care.
Speaking of Waller, oh my goodness.
She was brutal in this one.
She lost her
I've seen
mind.
people say that she was stronger and more intimidating in the first one, and they are lying.
The first one, she got scooped up by Enchantress. This one, she was...
God. She was threatening to throw children into prison. To blow up everybody's heads because they wanted to go fight Starro instead of just letting it roam free, destroying Corto Maltese.
She went crazy.
And
she was screaming, spitting. I was like, man.
Cussing them out. I was like, good Lord.
Took me back to Fences. I was like, all
right. But, yeah, Viola Davis was awesome. And this Waller, it's not the typical Waller. Usually Waller doesn't have to go off like that. But I didn't think it hurt her character. Some people have been online saying, like, oh, she was way stronger in the first one. No, she was. She didn't do anything in the first one. She was just there.
Wasn't it
Everyone
Rick Flag
was
that
just
blew up?
Freaking there, yeah.
Slingshot
Rick Flag, Slipknot.
Slipknot, it's the same thing. I knew it was an ass. I went for it.
But yeah, she didn't really do anything in the first movie.
She didn't.
And this one shows why she's in charge of Task Force X.
Mm-hmm.
And good God, that was it was fantastic.
I still like when they dropped Weasel in the water.
Man.
And then she looked at old boy and was like, "Didn't anybody check if he could swim?" She looked like she was about to kill everybody.
Oh my
Yeah, people who
God.
said she was better in the first one, they don't know what they're talking
They
about.
said Harley was better in the first one too, but has been her worst appearance in this
I was gonna
universe
say,
so far.
That
Again,
was-
Margot Robbie did what she could with what she had, but it was not.
what she had wasn't great.
What she had was awful. And she does most of her own stunts.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Which is ridiculous. They were saying, I think Gail Simone was saying in the Birds of Prey movie, whenever they would bring a stunts person on to do a stunt, they said Margot would go home, learn the stunt, come back and do it. So, so yeah, she can just run this universe at this point, because they can't do Superman and Batman right. So why not?
Honestly, they need to get Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill.
Nope.
You don't like Ben Affleck as Batman?
I voice what I've had to.
He can do it.
Can he?
Dog. You hating, bro.
It was cool, but let's give somebody else a chance.
Who would you rather have?
Anybody? No, he's cool. I don't mind him, but it'd have to be. We'd have to erase all the other continuity.
That's what I'm saying. Don't include the Zack Snyder stuff, but get somebody who knows the characters.
I don't think Ben Affleck even wants to do it.
That's because it's attached to a very awful time in his life. He doesn't want to associate it.
But I
No.
mean, he
I think he
doesn't
did a
wanna
good
do
job.
it.
I liked him as Batman.
He was fine.
I don't think we got to see enough of him as Bruce Wayne, though.
He doesn't sell me as a good Bruce Wayne. He's always, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't get to see
he
enough of
did a
him in
fine
Batman vs
job.
Superman.
If you look at the Snyder cut of Justice League, even though it's just this,
I know, but again,
his Batman seems like he's on his way out, and I don't want a Batman who's on his way out. I want a Batman who can still
that's fair.
do things, and his entire tenure throughout this universe has been he's on his last leg, and he's not going to be doing this for much longer. Now, if they want to do like a Batman Beyond, cool, but you can cast Michael Keaton for that.
I was gonna say that.
And so, but
Or George Clooney.
but so
Not George Clooney. Jeez, I'm sorry.
First of all, how dare you?
that was an accident.
No, it wasn't.
It was. His name was.
Reese likes Batman and Robin.
Oh my gosh,
Your favorite
I was
Batman
talking about
movie.
him at work with one of my coworkers.
You said Chris O'Donnell was the best. Dick
No,
Grayson.
Kevin Conroy. Cast him as Batman. Do Batman Beyond with him.
I don't think he has the look.
I don't think he has the look. You don't think anybody has the look.
That is not true. But then for Cavill Superman, let's get an American this time. I think the British have had it good enough for too long.
This boy. I want American. Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman, bro.
I don't think. What makes him perfect besides the way he looks?
What do you mean beside the way he
Give
looks?
me one time in this entire universe where he has shown himself to be a great Superman.
That's not on Henry. That's on Zach. Fight me about that.
We just said that Margot Robbie still managed to pull out a great a good stuff as Harley in the 16th Suicide Squad.
But no, I know what I'm gonna say. I just had a heart attack. The stuff that he got from Zack Snyder was just all dark. Are you really going? I'm arguing the argument you argued.
What?
You literally said he was a good Superman, but if it was a lighter movie, it would be better. That's literally what you said.
I do not recall.
You
saying
fought me
this.
about this. 'Cause I said I like Man of Steel. You said Henry Cavill was good. If the movie was lighter and not as dark as it was, it would have been good. This is literally your argument. What are you talking about?
I do not recall
I'm dead.
this conversation.
Dog.
I do suffer from depression, and depression causes memory loss.
I'm dead.
I do not stand by what past Justin said.
Boy.
His words.
Are you going to say the material that Henry was given he didn't do good with?
He did good with. Well, did he? Let's think about this.
You really don't like him as Superman?
I think he's fine, but he's not
Dog.
Superman. He's not Superman in any of those movies. That's not Superman. I don't care.
So
it's a this different version. No, it's not.
So
Superman.
it's not his fault, is what you're saying. It sounds.
When Margot Robbie was given a bad script as Harley Quinn, she still managed to put in some good Harley Quinn content.
And
What good Superman content did we get?
It's not his fault.
But he didn't give us anything.
He did.
It wasn't Margot Robbie's fault that she didn't have good Harley content.
Is it Grant Gustin's fault the Flash show sucks?
Actually.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
I don't.
You argued for him. You said he's a good actor.
No.
He's just using the material he's given. It's not his fault the show sucks. This is your argument. This is your argument, Justin.
Hold on. Pause. Let's stop the tape. When did I say this? Because I don't remember any of this. I'm not even joking right now.
Because I was dogging him out. I was like, bro, Grant Gustin sucks as Flash. You're like, bro, it's not his fault. You say he's doing the best he can with what he has.
I don't remember this conversation at all. I swear, I'm not even trying to be funny. I do not remember this in the slightest.
I don't remember when it was a minute ago, but we definitely had this conversation. And I remember because I was dogging him out. I was like, bro, I hate Grant Gustin as Flash. So you were like, bro, it's not his fault. He's doing the best he can with what he got. And you're arguing against yourself right now, my boy.
Well, I was wrong. A man can be wrong except that he was wrong. I don't remember this at all. If I can't remember it, then I didn't say it, okay?
That's not how it works.
That's how it's working today.
Oh my god.
My argument today is what we're going with.
No.
Well, I'll argue against you and that idiot in the past because he didn't know what he was talking about. No, I don't really like Grant Gustin as the Flash.
I think that because you literally argued, because I was like, he doesn't even look like Flash.
I think
you were like, he's a runner.
No.
You were like, he has a runner's body. Dog! Oh my god, you really don't remember this. That's not what I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much you were like, that's pretty much what you said. You really don't remember this.
I think you might have dreamed some
Justin,
of this
100%.
because I don't even remember this.
100%. Because I was mad at you, like, how are you going to support this show? It's trash. And you're like, bro, it's not his fault. It's the director and the writer.
I have multiple times stated that the acting in the show is not good.
Justin.
I have said this multiple times.
You really don't remember this
You might be
conversation.
reaching back to like 14 years ago.
Boy. We had this talk. You were like, he's a good actor.
This wasn't no recent talk.
It wasn't like in the last few years, but it was like...
Man, so you pulling stuff from like 2014?
I'd say it was like not 2014.
Forbidden!
It was like season 2, I think.
No.
Around that time. That definitely wasn't no 2014, boy. Because Arrow came out in what?
2014.
Boy. That's not 2014.
Okay, I may be wrong. It was 2015.
Oh! Oh! Sheesh, the nerve of some people.
First of all, let's change our attitude because you're being really negative right now. You're bringing up arguments from 6 years ago.
Regardless, if
A man can't change.
if they got a lighter script or a brighter, I don't know how to say it, but if they got a
What makes you think he'll be good as a brighter Superman? That's what I'm saying. With Harley Quinn, we saw Margot Robbie give us stuff in that Suicide Squad. That's the only reason she got Birds of Prey, because everybody was like, she's with what she has, she's giving us good Harley stuff. What good Superman stuff has he given?
he has range. You know what I'm saying?
I can throw around technical words too. Juxtaposition. Mise en scène. I'm a film student. Got my degree in this. We can do this all day. Gaffer.
Pan. I think he could do it. I was trying to think about stuff he's been in, but everything he's been in is dark.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. is light, but he's not Superman in that.
That's why I didn't say it.
I was just bringing it up.
But it's not, because there's Mission Impossible, The Witcher, Man of Steel.
Granted, I haven't seen him in everything. I
think if he got like a lighter script and somebody who like knew Superman, I think he could do it.
And I think I probably have said that he. I know I'd for sure have said he has the look, but I don't. As of this point right now, I cannot recall a single instant that made me say that's Superman. How do we even get to this? This isn't even about Suicide Squad.
What were we talking
I blame you for this, really. Because you brought up Ben Affleck, and yeah, it was you. It was your fault. And then you went on this horrible tangent bringing up past misdeeds.
It's a horrible tangent. I'm dead.
Just 5 minutes of you screaming into the microphone.
You're wrong. That's all I'm saying. Anyways.
Okay. Even if Henry Cavill came back, the Snyder fans wouldn't be happy because Zack Snyder wouldn't be back. Anyway, moving on.
We're not doing it for them.
Back
on track, though.
Suicide Squad. Thought this was going to be a shorter episode.
Sorry.
It's not.
Sheesh.
Suicide Squad was good. Like I said, it's the second best. It has some problems, but I think it's pretty well paced.
Mm-hmm.
The acting is all great. The characters are fun. They're interesting. It's good you want to be around these guys. You want to be around these characters. There are some really great emotional stuff. And like I can't even really pick out some horrible stuff. It's just nitpicking for me. At this point, I'm sure looking back at it, maybe on a third, fourth, fifth rewatch, I might be able to pick some stuff out, but I think I would have to actively be trying.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really think of anything that's really horrible in this movie.
Peacemaker not dying, I think it's like.
I mean, aside from Rick Flag dying, that was just atrocious. But
yeah, other than that, it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
I definitely recommend it.
And we don't recommend Man of Steel.
We do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
It is a opinion of both of us that Man of Steel
that we recommend it. Yes,
is not recommended.
it's highly recommended.
Highly unrecommended.
Highly recommended.
Don't watch it. And that's all we have for you today. We thank you for coming back to kick it with us. Let us know what you thought about the Suicide Squad. Ignore the tangent about just let the Superman stuff go. All right, we thank you guys for coming back. I don't know what we're gonna do next episode. Maybe Black Widow, maybe Loki, maybe Bad Batch, maybe What If. Who knows?
All of the things that we have to cover.
I did like Captain Carter and this first episode.
Hmm.
Thought it was pretty good. Pacing was a little weird, but
I mean, they were trying to fit a whole 2-hour movie in 30 minutes, so
but
that's
overall
understandable.
animation's good. Voice acting
Yeah.
was
I'm not a fan of the animation, honestly, but
it's because you don't like women.
this literally not the reason. But okay.
It has moments when it's very wonky, but
Mhm.
overall it's pretty good. So go watch a cartoon. Go read a comic book. Don't steal a comic book or download it or torrent it. Go to a comic book store and go get one. If you have the funds. If not, then
Then still a comic.
don't steal a comic book. But
Read it at the comic book store and put it back.
oh, and that's all we got for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe. For real, with all this stuff going around, I really think we're gonna get locked down again. If we do get locked down again, these episodes are gonna be much more frequent. And yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Peace.
We'll see y'all later.